Wow, there is really going to be nobody like you. Hey, everyone, this is Retrokid Reviews. Cleared out everybody here because I wanted to take a moment with the news before we get to my Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Yes, I am very much aware if you see my community tab, and as of, I think of this recording, I just posted my Instagram thoughts on the legend that is Jason David Frank and his passing. So, long story short, if what I'm reading is about right, what happened to Jason, and if you're feeling any at all weird thoughts or any bad headspace, I'll try my best to find a charity for that. Wow, my camera and my room looks more yellowy than it is in person. 4K's like that. Anyway, technical issues aside, I would normally do a moment of silence, but since this is, I mean, Tommy, we're talking here, Jason in general, for those who know him in the fandom, you know that he basically is, I mean, there's a lot you could say about him, but he is definitely the bedrock of a lot of cons. Without him, they couldn't get every single ranger. I mean, there's probably a lot of other business stuff, and wow, my focus is way off than usual. My apologies at a time like this. So, with that said, I think the only way to do this proper, at least for now in this review, is to be as respectful as I can to do a tribute morphing for him. So the problem is, if you know Tommy, he kind of has a lot of ranger forms, so I'm going to keep it pretty simple. And for those who also saw my community tab, I am definitely going to be doing a top 3 best episodes, and since this is Power Rangers, it's going to be multi-parters. If not, I'm going to try my best not to cheap out on this one because it's Tommy of all people. I have to do it. So with that said, yeah, let's get this over with. Master Morpher! White Tiger Zord! That was probably the worst time to have the whole thing collapse, but better late than never, honestly. So, yes, in honor of the review, I'm going to try my best to circulate the only 2 JDF focus figures I have. This is obviously my Lightning Collection, I think first appearance, Right Ranger, I think season 2 wise, and obviously the I guess last of the Legacy Collection, Mighty Morphin, Green Ranger. This is the one that had the Sword of Darkness. I'm gonna try to see if I can find that in the coming days, for the big review. So with that said, yeah, I don't do this around here, but yeah, let's talk about Wakanda Forever. I am the most obvious late to the game for this whole thing, so my dearest apologies on that, everybody. I will say, as a last movie in the Phase 4 side of MCU, it went out with a really good bang, for Angela Bassett over here as the Queen of Wakanda. She clearly went out of her way to basically belt all the angst and sympathies of her son's passing. Now, for those hosts who don't know, Chadwick Boseman did pass away in between making of this, and mostly COVID and almost all of Phase 4. So, long story short there, that's like the least of their problems if you know anything about Letitia Wright over here. Getting to the point, this is a big movie. This was a big movie than usual. This is mostly going to be the entirety of the nation of Wakanda reacting to his death, and Namor. So, we'll get to my thoughts of the plot as a whole. Namor is pretty huge. He's probably the next big bad MCU villain. This is the actor who played him, Tanu Karara. My apologies on not getting his picture in time. Sorry for that. Let me see if there's a quick article post with him. There he is. Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain how this gets made here, guys. My bad in advance, but yeah, the news of JZF's passing kind of took a lot out of me. For Namor, he is not of Atlantean heritage. They went more Mayan heritage for this one, and it shows that they actually did a lot of work with it for director Ryan Coogler. This is a big second act for his career in the MCU, and I think since, I believe, his win in Creed, I haven't seen any movies he did since either of that. I know he did Fruitvale Station. That's how he basically knew everyone. There will be spoilers ahead because I'm going to be jumping around because family is looking into hanging out with me in a bit. So, for the big cameos in Ryan's fortitude, yeah, wow, it's been a while since oh, my apologies. Creed himself came back. Yes, it was. Hang on, my bad. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Killmonger came back, and yeah, he looked great. Michael B. Jordan did a great job with the cameo. Long story short, there, Okoye over there. I just also realized, as of this recording, the final season of Walking Dead had just wrapped. I am definitely gonna try my best to, at the very least, do a wrap up of the series as a whole and my thoughts on the upcoming movie. Again, my apologies to keep this mostly spoilers based, but it is a very long movie. It is very awesome. And yes, for those who've seen the marketing really early, yes, Shuri got the title. But there was a lot more to it than just that. It was a lot more about her anger, how she hasn't really had time to process her brother's passing, and now, spoilers ahead, by the way, Angela Bassett is Wakandan Queen later down the road. For Lupita Nyong'o over here coming back as T'Challa's ex-love interest. There's a lot more to it than that. I'm going to leave it to the mud creds. Also, there's really no huge post-cred, mainly because, again, this is a big movie. This is how the entire Marvel family were reacting to his passing and how they were trying to heal off of it. And as this week, they're not the only fandom that has to do that style of healing again. Speaking as a Power Rangers fan, we have been used to losses like this before, but it is still pretty hard regardless, especially in JDF's case. However, is it a comparison to this movie? No, not even close. I will say, if you're there to see some great action, good visuals, I think everyone who said in their non-spoilers review that the visual and the cinematography, and even down to the CG for Wakanda itself and Namor's new nation, since they can't call it Atlantis in this version, but if you go to the comics, it is like that, are vastly different. Mostly in his case, he'll probably get overshadowed by mostly Avatar coming up next month. I will try to do my best to do a retro review of that in time for the Avatar Way of Water. This by default is, I will agree with most of the feel that this probably will be the best MCU Phase 4 film. Should I do my rankings? Probably by the end of the year, if not the start of Phase 5. So don't hold to me with that just yet. Should you see this movie? If you're a fan of the first movie, please do so. If you want to see this as a celebration of Chadwick's life, that is definitely there. My bad of also not talking about a lot about my guy, my man M'Baku here. He definitely kept up the comedy as usual. He was all like gun ho trying to take down Namor, but when he got trounced by him in the early siege of Wakanda, he just basically, again, even though getting his ass kicked, kept some comedy to it, so that's really cool. Shuri's transformation into becoming the new Black Panther was very nice. The armor is definitely stylized to Killmonger's, obviously, because, like I said in the spoiler, yes, Michael B. Jordan came back as her ancestor that came back into the spirit realm, however they did. Again, it's been a while since I remember the lore with Wakanda, so my bad in advance. Ultimately, this is a great movie to cap off Phase 4, I believe. Bookend-wise, I would love to see this and Shang-Chi again if I really wanted to revisit Phase 4 as a whole. Shows-wise, take or pick, if anything, it'll be more of a mood and then more of a reaction, as most of people have been with Phase 4. That is basically my thoughts, but what did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. My apologies for my focus, because, wow, my phone is getting way too blurred out than usual for an important video like this. So yeah, ultimately, yes, for final ratings, this is a 10 out of 10, a great way to finish and cap off Phase 4. I cannot wait to see what they can do with Phase 5 leading up to Secret Wars. So, yes. I'm already getting Avengers titles mixed up. Knowing Disney, they'll change it on the way. And speaking of late-breaking news, I am very much aware that Bob Iger just came back as the head of Disney, and that's not going to change things at all. Speaking as also a Power Rangers fan, we too had a history of Bob Iger, so more on that probably in the shorts with the news. And with that all being said, what did you think of mostly Wakanda itself? My apologies for making it sporadic spoiler review. I'll try to go more in depth with this video for the end of the year list. Without question, this is going to be contention for #1 along with a bunch of other stuff. So with that all being said, I am a tribute morphed, not henchioned, Retrokid Reviews, going to what was the #2 pick, since we're talking, well, JDF here. Here to the shorts playlist, where I'll probably do a expensive news in case there's any new developments with JDF's passing. Go to me here, obviously from a previous video. a semi, not as destroyed than usual set. This is Power Rangers we're talking here. They've had way more crashed up sets than this. To sub the channel, hit the notification bell down below. And if you're on my main page, if you're seeing this, please go to the community tab. I will do my best to be up to date with any and all late breaking news, much like JA's passing and Bye Bye, you're taking back Disney. It is going to be very game changing for a while. If anything, hopefully more of the same. With that all being said, I am Retrokid, Retrokid Reviews. Though I cannot say Wakanda forever, I will say in honor of them and to Chadwick, and in this case JDF, may the power protect you of whatever fandom it is you are from. May you have the best of times, and even though we're looking in the worst as far as this week goes, there is light out of it. Not a white light, since we're talking white tiger here, but as far as White Rangers go, yeah. Yeah. One last thing, I do want to do it. I never said I could, but I'm going to try my best to have a moment of silence for both Chadwick and JDF, because they are both legend in their own right, to close out this video. So that being said, thank you and goodbye.